I had an idea, like, literally, when was it, like 5 minutes ago? I was like, do you want to be on my podcast? And they're like, yeah, sure. So here we are. This is Juliet and this is Elaina.
Hi, guys.
My best friends.
Hi, guys.
Who have wanted to be on my podcast forever. And now...
Of course, we're supportive.
Yeah, now we're here, so...
Do you like the
Christmas background?
Oh, yeah.
Because we are... Oh,
Yeah,
that was the last...
And we're, like, repping February, Valentine's Day with Christmas.
Yeah,
Who
because
cares?
we're festive.
But we wore pink.
Because on
What
Wednesdays we were pink, but it's not a
It's not... Actually, this
I
episode's
just
going to be
almost
released
cried
on a
'cause I thought it was
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Imagine.
Maybe we could, like, give everyone, like, how we met, what we've done together, like, kind of like that kind of stuff. But, yeah, so, Elaina, we met, me and Elaina met...
2019?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Juliet, I met last year, the year before?
End of 8th grade, so 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I've known them for a while. And what do we all do together?
We're all
We're all
kids.
We're all theater's people. So yeah, Elaina,
We met doing a, like, storytelling camp. That was, like, a summer camp, like, week thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there were only, like, 9 of us. And then there was another one 2 weeks later that was an improv camp. And we got really close during that. And then we didn't see each other for, like, another 2 years because age gaps are super fun.
And then there was COVID.
And there was COVID in the middle. And then you texted me and you were like, oh my god, just saw, like, my last middle school show. I didn't realize you were an 8th grader. Like, it's crazy how fast time flies. But you're going to be in high school next year. Let me know if you need anything. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And then you texted me right when auditions came out for Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'm auditioning. And then we just kind of got really close from there. And now we're here.
Yay.
I saw Brooke in the school talent show while I was in 8th grade, and you were a junior.
Yeah.
Brooke was a junior, and I remember crying to her song because she was so good. Damn, she's cool. And then I went to audition for Freaky Friday freshman year, or end of 8th grade because they have it during the summer. And I was like, oh my god, she's there. And then you helped me audition because I wouldn't have auditioned because I was peeing my pants.
You
Yeah.
were so good in that show, dude.
We have, like, some stories we can share with you
There's
guys.
so many.
There's so many. Me and Juliet have only done 2 shows together. Me and Elaina have done
4.
4.
And then I've done 4 with Juliet because I'm in between them both
Yeah.
age-wise.
Yeah. So
And I get 2 more. No, more with you. I get more next year. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have time.
So, like, let's talk about, working together as friends. I guess you could
It's
say.
so much fun doing a show with your best friends. Like, it really, I feel like the 3 of us got so close doing shows together that, like, it's now, we all haven't done a show together in, like, what, a year and a half? But, like, we're still super close, and, like, it's just, whenever we're together, it's just, like, super easy to slip back into it, and, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So we did, the 3 of us all together. We've done Dinner Theater and Freaky Friday, just the 3 of us together.
Yes.
So maybe we could talk about, like, Freaky Friday and what that was all like. That was my senior show. That was Juliet's freshman show.
It's my sophomore year.
Sophomore. I played 4 characters, and Juliet.
My character had to put on a wedding dress at the end of the show, and Brooke was every single night from dress rehearsal to closing night. Brooke, I said, can you zip my dress? And then, because I couldn't zip it because I thought that I just couldn't zip it from behind, and I can usually zip my dresses from behind. So I was, like, kind of concerned that the zipper was stuck dress rehearsal. And I was like, Brooke, can you help me? And she was like, yeah, because I got the dress rehearsal night, and it was every single night up until the song was 2 beats before I had to get on that we would get the zipper up. Struggling, like, I was like this, and she was like, put your shoulders back farther. And, like, she had her foot on me and trying to, like, pull up the zipper, and it just wouldn't go up, and it was stuck every single night, but every single night we pulled it off, and it was zipped.
Freaky Friday.
And it was like, worst came to worst, we would put my Savannah jacket over the dress if it didn't zip, and I would just go like this the whole time and kind of just try
But
to
you
like,
had, there was a dance number.
oh, it was
It
a big
was.
dance number. I had to like run around, and I either would have
There
been
were-
fine or I would have traumatized some people in the front.
There were so many things in that show that like went wrong. Like truly, I feel like that show just
Yeah.
like everything went wrong just in
Mhm.
so many ways.
Nobody knew about biology.
Like
Nobody knew the harmonies. We didn't know the harmonies till the day of. We were cutting things like 2 days before.
no, our Wednesday night. What was that?
Our
like?
Wednesday was awful.
It was awful.
We were competing with a football game. The next night there was a football game. There was a basketball game going on. The football team was doing team dinner in the cafeteria where we warm up, so we couldn't do warm up.
And in our school, you're going to the football.
And you're going to the football game. You're not
Oh,
going
yeah.
to the drama.
Yeah.
You're not going to go see the drama. Like we're from a very big sports town. And so we were like, great, this is happening. We couldn't do our traditions because we just couldn't do them.
No.
And we had to warm up in the the middle school music teacher's room, and she was so
She was
mad.
so mad
She
because
was-
something barely moved.
So another thing that happened Wednesday night was we started doing senior speeches because there were like 50 seniors. In the
Yeah,
middle of
my
Wednesday
speech was
night.
all over.
Brooke's speech like barely made sense, but it's okay.
I barely made sense.
I was crying so much. We didn't even do senior speeches this year because we didn't have time. But I know that my grade's gonna do them. Like we've
Yeah.
talked about it. I know we want to bring it back next year.
No, but we had fun doing that show, and
Which it was like a fever dream. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it was a fever dream.
they were so emotional because I was leaving, and I told them like to not cry, and
No.
they did it. They did not.
Brooke told me that if I cried, she would yell at me, and that we weren't allowed to be friends during Act 2 of the closing night because if she looked at me, she would start crying. So we were no longer friends. And then even though she said that, we spent every second that she wasn't on stage laughing in the corner. And then I
Oh, yeah.
looked at her, and we were sitting in the wings. It was right before the whole cast was sitting in the wings for After Hours and everything, which nobody did. But we were all just in there clothing night, and I was sitting next to Brooke on the little bench, and we were both just like crying. And then it was like, and then you was like, "Don't cry." I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Don't.
So then I went on. I was carrying that stupid bench, and I'm like sobbing on stage. But it's okay. We make it through.
But Juliet was more emotional, I think, for dinner theater.
I was bawling.
We
You
were both
I couldn't even breathe, but I had to go. I was crying like so hard for dinner theater.
We were
And
sitting.
we had to. I was looking at Brooke like the whole time she was singing the senior song, broke down.
The
And then
first time that you guys did
I had to go
song,
back
it was
on
so
for
bad.
Hopeless
yeah.
Place, which was the ending dance number,
Mm-hmm.
and it was brutal.
We were literally
I couldn't
just
even like function.
crying. We were sitting next to each other, just like looking at each other, like sobbing. The first time you guys did it, even in the black box, I was like, I need to go sit with Juliet so I can like have this emotional support. And there's a video of both of us just like weeping
Oh,
For
yeah.
the
in the black box.
rehearsals?
Yes.
I do not remember.
Oh my god,
crying.
because it was both of us just being like, and I started crying, then you went, Elaina, I swear to God, and then you started crying. Just in the
I-
back of the
Literally.
Do you have a favorite song from that show?
from dinner theater last
Yeah.
year?
I'm so excited.
I wasn't in it, but Catch the Feeling was so
That
really
was
fun.
good. That show was like really interesting because I like to say that we weren't crying because I was leaving, but I think we were also crying because we were tired and we also had COVID. And Juliet did not get it. Everyone else got it, which was kind of like a shocker.
It was-
Because this year Juliet actually did get sick
Very.
for her dinner theater this year. So
It's okay, guys. We survived because the show must go on. Is what we
I feel like
learned.
me and Elaina bonded a lot during COVID.
Oh my god, yeah, because we were both at home on our deathbeds, literally sitting there being like, I can't move.
can't.
I'm so sick. And then it would be like the dinner theater group chat being like, hey guys, so I have COVID. So that wasn't really. Yeah, it was a very bonding time for the Drama Society as we were all dead, half dead. From just doing a show.
Not me. Stay safe out there, though.
No,
Oh no, this year.
This year you were.
I went to see dinner theater this year because I always go back and I support them. So I was like, I'll just go on a Tuesday night. Like that works for me. I'm still home from college. And Elaina texted me and was like, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, okay. And she was like, meet me backstage. And never did. I should have, because then I would not be like so curious. And my mom like goes next to me and is like, where's Juliet? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe she's not in this
Growing up
number.
in my boyfriend's trash can.
And she literally was.
She was going through it, but it's okay.
So I did not get to watch
Thought
that.
it was a
I just
panic
watched
attack.
Orlando.
Went back, died.
Went to heaven.
Juliet started out,
Slept
guys.
on my bathroom floor that night and thought I was going the next night. I thought I was going that night, but if I could have gotten up without throwing up, then I would have.
Exactly.
You would have. I feel like we didn't need you to do the show throwing up though.
I would have went on like the stage, saw the lights, walked right off.
You would have gone out for the best, and you would have been like, "This is not the best. This is
Mhm.
not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is not happening." The circle, every time we did it, just got smaller and smaller. And then the last night, it was like we had everyone back, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." The season circle for Wednesday night, it was literally tiny because we were missing 5 people.
Seasons is like
So
a ritual.
Yeah, we sing Seasons of Love from Rent before every performance for dinner theater and the musical, and it's a very big tradition. But it was tiny because usually the whole cast comes and we all like hold hands, and it's very sweet. But yeah, it was literally like the circle was this. It's usually like the whole cast is in it. And
Yeah.
we were missing so many people because so many people were like plagued that it was like this big. It was tiny. But it was scary times.
Very.
Some very scary times.
So, what was both of your introductions to theater?
Juliet, you go first.
Theater in general.
Yeah, like how.
I went to Kids Curtain Call
Oh, I did too.
as a child.
Fun times.
Terrified of the teacher. Absolutely terrified, but. And then I did that for a while, and then I did something before that. I don't even know what it was called. It was like at the Cummings.
Yeah, you
And I did all the school shows, and then I watched Beauty and the Beast. And I said, I want to be in shows. 7th grade, I got Olaf, and I was like, oh, it's fun. Like, fun to sing and dance on
Yeah.
stage. And then that was, like, the beginning, and I was like, yeah, I want to do shows.
Yeah, and then me and Elaina went to see Moana, and Juliet was in it.
and
And I was like, who is this girl? I was like, I need to get to know her.
And then, what was the
That's
next show?
where-
And then it was Freaky Friday, and auditioned.
Friday.
And then Brooke was gone, and we did 6.
Yeah, we did 6. We did
Can you
6 of
talk
them.
about 6 and like both of your experiences?
I loved 6.
I loved 6 was my favorite show of high
I
school.
loved
and I've done so
watching
much.
it
I
as an audience.
loved 6.
I was Anne Boleyn, and it was honestly, like, easy to get to that character, because she was just kind of, like,
She's just so
she was
fun.
chill and she was funny.
Yeah, she had a good song. Sorry, not sorry.
Good song to listen to, very
Very
difficult to sing.
okay. Juliet would walk around singing the high note obsessively, and by obsessively I mean anytime you would interact with her, all she would be doing was singing the note. So
Because I messed it up so many times in rehearsals that, like, it would be
was
humiliating to mess it up on
terrifying.
stage.
You were so scared.
And it's not really a hard song, it's just really, you're dancing and you're singing at the same time. And it goes from, like, falsetto to rapping
and you killed it.
Talking,
yeah.
though.
to riffing very quickly. It was difficult. It doesn't look like a difficult song when you're just, like, listening to it, but it is when you're dancing. 6 was really fun. I missed you, Brooke.
I did
For
too.
But
me,
it was fun.
We had
It was
so
fun.
6. So
Oh, you're warm.
for our
I got my blanket on.
we added an ensemble because we didn't want to just have the 6 in it. So we had a singing ensemble and a dancing ensemble and an acting ensemble, and I was one of the 4 people for the singing ensemble, and it was like truly one of the most fun shows. If not, I think at this point, like, I'm a junior, so I've already experienced a lot with High School Drama Society, but
It was a small cast.
there were 15 of us, and I feel like we all got we got so tight, and I was like, oh, I'm so like worried about like being an upperclassman and like finding that rhythm and trying to like mentor people, whatever, but like it felt very comfortable very quick.
My mic went out opening night.
On stage, we all were
Can we talk about like show mishaps?
show us? I have so many show mishaps.
My mic went out opening night of 6.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get mics to, like, dress rehearsal. We were using a stick with a what's it called, styrofoam ball on top.
At least you guys had the mics. We didn't have those. The singers
That's
just
right.
weren't given mics until like
Yeah.
first, and we were like, okay, cool, guys, this is fun. So we're just
And
like,
then we got
standing.
our mics, and opening night, I got through my song, luckily,
yeah.
before my mic gave out. So my mic was out
It
at
went
the
out-
end of
yeah.
For Heart of Stone, and I'm supposed to come up and say a severed head, and it went a severed head went out.
And we all were like
Uh,
realizing,
and I
what's
was like,
going
okay,
on.
so I'm gonna have to talk louder. And
You
House
killed
of
it.
Holbein was next.
Yeah.
Which is the loudest, upbeat song. So I was screaming
Keep in
my
mind-
singing parts, my talking parts in a German accent.
And House of Holbein is the only full cast number, and the cast was on stage. So we were all like, Juliet's mic isn't out. What's going on?
I looked up at the booth while I was walking like this, in a German accent. It's really hard to project your voice over music in general, and then adding an accent onto it that I didn't know how to do.
But we were all
It was
collectively were like, how do we
And the
help
thing is,
Juliet?
I had to go back on stage and immediately be like, and I was just hoping nobody could see that I just like
Nobody
built my
noticed.
eyes.
So what's your mishap, Elaina?
I'm trying to think if I've had one mid-show. I have a couple.
A couple that's happened to me.
I have
I
a
have some
couple.
Frozen ones.
I have a Frozen one too, but it wasn't during a show. It was final dress. We had an invited dress for Frozen, so we had a bunch of teachers come, and I was in a wig that I should not have been in, and
That wig did not look
It was
like real
a-
hair.
I'm gonna guess $15 wig. It's awful, and my mic wasn't properly taped, and I could feel my mic pack just start slipping.
Oh.
And my mic just is starting to go. And so I'm like, oh no. And meanwhile, I'm on stage and I'm very visible and I can just feel my mic, but the way that they did my mic was going through my wig a little bit. Like my mic was like here and it was and my wig was taped here. So when my mic started so I'm like standing up, I'm doing this choreography, I couldn't even tell you what it was, but my mic pack is just sliding down my wrist, and I move, and my mic dangled with me, and I almost hit the kid next to me. The number finishes, I run off stage, my mic is dangling out from my dress, and I'm like, someone fix it, and they like had to like get me a new mic, like in the middle of the number, and then I had to go on stage in like 10 seconds after.
That's awful.
That's
Yeah.
happened to me. And Wizard of Oz. Elaina was in that show. Juliet was not yet.
This was pre-Juliet.
Free Juliet. My mic. I was dancing. Yeah, I was doing like this dance. Elaina was on stage for it. And
I wasn't on stage, I didn't see this happen, I was doing a quick change
I could
backstage.
just feel my mic, the microphone pack. I'm sure lots of performers know that's what we wear. And I could just feel it falling, like what Elaina was talking about, like the mic just like falling.
It just went out.
It just went, and
Yeah.
then I had a quick change, which was like a minute long.
I
not
had
even.
so many quick changes during that show. It was
And
insane.
I was just like it fell off. So I literally went on stage and projected. I even missed my cue. And then, then the scene ended and then I went backstage and I literally was with your best friend and she taped me all back.
Yeah.
But like I was terrified. I was a wreck.
I have two more show mishaps. One from dinner theater, this past dinner theater, and one from my freshman year.
That was quite a malfunction during dinner theater.
We'll get to Juliet's malfunction in a second.
Yeah.
We went, so for this year's dinner theater, it was like Simply the Best, and it was one song from not one song, but it was our director, our music director, and our director, like their 20th dinner theater, so it was songs from the past themes. And we had an alumni number, which Brooke did, and the next night,
Juliet was not there.
Juliet was not there.
Juliet was so excited that I was coming back.
Juliet was
We did not do
and
that.
she was sick.
Yeah.
And then when you guys had the rehearsal for it, I was sick. So I was coming off the flu, and I missed half a tech week. So I was like coming back to do the shows, but I was also like, my body was like, I was fine, but my body was still recovering. And I've been chugging water because I was like, I don't want to have a coughing attack, and I still had it sounded like if you heard me cough, it sounded like I'd been smoking for 6 years. My cough was nasty, and I felt fine, but my cough was so bad. And we went out to do the alumni number, and I'd been laughing, talking with everyone in the back, and then we went out to do it, and I started hacking, and I couldn't stop, and it was literally like I coughed through the whole number, and then I started crying. I was coughing so much that the tears were just streaming down my face, and I'm like, okay, this is great. And then one point I just stopped singing, and then I just started mouthing the words.
Yeah.
because
I did that
couldn't
too.
do that. And then somebody posted it, and I'm in the video having a coughing attack. You guys can look that video up. But yeah, there was a video of me fully having a cough.
No, and then the girl next to you is singing, and then she's like, she's like,
And then my other mishap that I could think of was opening night of the play my freshman year, which was I went out to Lily's Purple Play. And I went out, I was only in one scene, and I was talking to this girl who was one.
Bully mouse.
No, I wasn't a bully, I was the FBI.
No, I was Graham.
We got so close.
We
during
enjoyed
that
the
show.
show, bringing it to the community and little
Yeah.
kids coming and stuff.
It just wasn't the best.
It just wasn't the best.
No.
getting to perform.
Performing it wasn't the most fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm on stage and I'm standing in the back and I'm talking to this girl who I love so much. And we're talking and I'm like, "That's my first line." She goes, "What?" It's like opening day. "What's my first line?" I don't remember. I just was standing there. We're about to go on and she just gave me my line. And I was like, "Okay." And then we went on and I did the scene. I was like, literally was like about to go on. I had no idea. Has that ever happened to you guys where like you're about to do a scene and you're just like, it's not there? It's
During one of the dress rehearsals, I just completely said one of my lines that was at the end of the show. It wasn't even my part. I have two, but they're quick. I hit the mic. 24 Karat Magic. When I was very sick, we had shades on. We had sunglasses, and we were singing 24 Karat Magic, and we go, "Put your pinky fingers to the moon," or whatever. "Put your pinky rings up to the moon." And my mic was on the mic stand, and I kind of held the mic like this, and I was supposed to go like this. This side, but the mics were on this side, and there was one mic on this side. And I was in the middle, and I go, "Put your," boom, mic flies. The mic next to me just chucks off the stand. And I was sick, and I couldn't see through my sunglasses, so I don't know if it went on the floor. I felt it hit my foot. I started looking around like this, and just completely, like, went on. And then at the end of the number, I, like, lifted up my shades. I'm like, dang. It was right on the floor next to me, so I could put it right back on the stand. And then my second one was during Frozen in middle school. I couldn't get the door open. For
oh my god, that door!
Oh
my god, that door!
Olaf and Anna, she was waiting on the floor for me to open the door and do a little ninja roll in. And I literally could not get the door open. It was stuck. And I look back, it's Hans, and he goes, "Oh my god," and he kicks the door, but my hand was still on the knob, so I fell, and I did the roll. But that wasn't choreographed. I did the roll because I fell, and I did a roll every other night. They put it in. They go, "Were you supposed to ninja roll on the floor?" I go, "No, I fell. I fell through the door because there was a lip."
Yeah, that
and
door,
I fell, and then they were like, "Do that every night." It was so funny.
Another one from Frozen, this was a quick one, also about the door, was
The door was brutal.
That door was awful. I went to, like, sit up against it, because I was, like, middle Elsa, and it was, like, the end of Do You Want to Build a Snowman. I went to, like, sit up against the door, and my knees cracked so unbelievably loud, it sounded like fireworks, and I was on a mic, and the silence in the room was, like, it was great. The silence was there, and all you heard was I sat down and my knees went
Cracked.
so loud, and it's on the video. It's so funny. It's the same thing for Wizard of Oz when we were behind the umbrellas in Munchkinland, and my knees are so loud, and you can hear it on the video. It's like silent, and it's just my knees, and I'm like, oh my god.
Do you guys have like a favorite musical or something?
Wicked. I'm a huge Wicked fan. I think we all know.
Juliet.
I haven't really watched many musicals.
Sacrilege.
It's bad. Like, I'm in musicals, but like I don't.
That's why you have us. We need to educate you.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was a good one. I watched that one. Heathers.
Yeah, you love Heathers. You love Heathers. You also love Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I love Mean Girls.
What's like a show that or role that you would like to do one day?
Karen from Mean Girls.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put that out in the universe. I've always said Belle is like up there. I would love to play Belle. I would love to sing home. I would love to do that show. There's a bunch. I have a list. It's like concerning.
Yeah.
But yeah, Belle is like a huge one.
Mamma Mia.
I
think Elaina is.
Yeah. I love Mamma Mia so much. That show is so good.
It is. I've had so many people on the podcast from Mamma Mia. Yeah. Play Sophie one day.
I can see you also like later in life playing Donna. Like later.
I want to be a Tanya though. Like I like the
Oh my God,
long legs. Like I love the long legs. I love the nails. I love the makeup. Yes.
So you're gonna have to have crazy heels though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Sure, she does.
Sure. What are your ideas, both of you, for the future?
I want to major in political science, minor in writing. Yeah.
Juliet.
Dermatology.
Wait, actually?
Yes.
Whoa.
I need a dermatologist.
Backup plan. Backup plan. I want to be a psychologist because I don't want kids to feel how I felt going to therapy as a child, like seeing it as a punishment. I want to help people without like giving them medication.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Juliet, will you be my therapist?
Of course.
Oh my god. Anytime.
Anytime.
Free therapy though?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no charge. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yay,
This
thank you.
was fun.
This was
It
so
was.
fun.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening and watching to My World with Stories podcast. Be sure to subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. To stay up to date, you can follow My World with Stories podcast on both Facebook and Instagram at My World with Stories podcast. Make sure to give this podcast a like for future episodes coming your way. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and we will see you guys next time.